What is up, fellow Beyond the Gates fans? It is Monday, June 23rd, 2025, and we had a pretty good Monday episode today. Ever since this Martin Secret storyline finally started picking up last Friday, I do find that the show is getting its energy back. It's getting its groove back. It was touch and go there for a second. Although I don't think it was necessarily bad. It was just too much Derek and Ashley. That's usually one of the bigger problems with this show on the weeks where Derek and Ashley are on a lot. But today they were nowhere to be found. Now I want to start with Martin's secret and this Kenneth or Kenny or whatever we're calling this guy, who continues to harass Martin and now blackmail Martin with this secret of whatever it is that Martin did and what it seems like whatever Martin did to this guy's brother. And the show also continues to give us the racist element of the storyline where this Kenny guy in the dialogue is definitely getting in his bigoted views, bringing up you people again, although the excuse was he was talking about that Martin was a senator. But then when he brought it up again, he was talking about how you people want reparations, and that's what he wants from Martin. He also called Martin boy at one point, even though it was hidden in the dialogue. So they continue to go there with this storyline, which pushes the envelope, and they are making this character seem like he is very upset that this wealthy black family has the power and he doesn't, and he's getting joy from trying to make Martin squirm. So it's going to continue to get deep with this storyline, and it is a direction that is, I think, raising the stakes in the storyline as well. So we'll get back to Martin in a second. We also got to talk about Vernon and Bill. I've been waiting for these two to have another showdown. At the very beginning of the show, when it first started, they were in each other's faces a lot. And back then, when the show first started, I was more on Vernon's side because when the show first started, Bill was this big cheater, cheated on Dani with their daughter's friend. Like, Bill was a scumbag, not that he isn't still, kinda. But as the show went on, anybody that's watched my videos knows that Vernon and Anita get on my nerves. However, this new Vernon that we're seeing the past two episodes, much like I talked about on Friday, is still working for me. I like this more aggressive Vernon with Anita out of town. I hope Anita can stay in the articulate circle for a while so that we continue to get this Vernon that isn't messing around. I enjoyed the Bill and Vernon scenes today because they're both, well, Bill's more right, honestly. I think that Bill raises a good point that Vernon is the one that needs him again. Now, sure, you can say that Bill is the one that should have fixed this problem in the first place. You know, Bill has been hyped as this fixer that makes people disappear, but Leslie's come back and now this guy's come back, and then they're always trying to blackmail the Duprees or the Richardsons. So, Bill can maybe do a little better job to make people disappear more permanently. Now, I think Bill wanting a rightful apology from Vernon about the way the Duprees have treated Haley is warranted from Bill's point of view. But Vernon likes to throw it in Bill's face that he's the reason that Bill is in the place that he is, because it was Vernon's influence that was a big part of Bill's success. But the main takeaway from this confrontation between the two is Vernon kind of threatening Bill that if this spirals out of control, some of it's going to fall on Bill and people would believe Vernon over Bill. And it's once again showing to me that Vernon and Anita and their fake facade, that they're just these good people that care about the community. It's what annoys me about them most. If they would embrace this darker side more, and as Samuel's saying in the comments that he's loving Dark Vernon, me too. But if they were more upfront about it, they would maybe be a little less irksome to me. Irksome to me. Kaiwan's also saying that Vernon was doing great today. He controlled his ex-son-in-law. Great, it was excellent. I did enjoy, even though I'm Team Bill versus Vernon and Anita in general, I did enjoy Vernon really sticking it to Bill today and, making a little power play, making a threat of his own. In doing so, Vernon is still a hypocrite, though, because he's so upset that someone is coming after his family with blackmail, and then he wants to try and make Bill do the same thing to the guy. So the hypocrisy of Vernon is still front and center too. But great scenes, love their scenes. I mean, I just love Bill in general, though. We also had today on the Dani side of things, she was wanting to call Bill. She was seeing Bill there, kind of like a fantasy, I suppose. The show likes to have their characters' fantasies. Pamela was trying to talk Dani out of it, and it was not successful in the end. But I did enjoy the flashback that we had of Dani and Bill at a better time, because I do think that Dani and Bill have great chemistry as characters. And I sit here a lot and complain about the chemistry on the show, and I will continue to do so because the couples struggle with their chemistry. But Dani's carrying the show where the chemistry is concerned. She has it with Andre, even though it's a little more shallow. They have the chemistry, and Dani and Bill also have chemistry as characters. It's too bad their relationship is toxic, but I'm looking forward to see where they're going to take this, because as I've been saying all along, Bill and Dani are going to find their way back to each other somehow. I don't know if it's going to be just they sleep together or if it's going to go deeper than that, but it's going to happen. And with Bill having his health issues, and with Haley's pregnancy, if it's real, and judging by last week's preview, there might be some trouble with her pregnancy this week. I'm looking forward to where they're actually going to be taking this Dani and Bill stuff. Let's see. Samuel's saying, but can't you be both? Can't you care about the community and still not let people think they can play with you? That's a common thing in the Black community. I mean, fair. My problem is that, though, as characters with, it's more with Anita than Vernon. It goes back to the whole Eva thing, when Anita was just making unnecessary threats at Eva, who was not necessarily trying to be a Dupree. I just thought it was tacky and unwarranted. And seeing where Anita comes from, she's gone back to Chicago with her, where she's from, I forget what it's called, something green. I don't know. I hate hypocrites when it comes to characters, and they come off hypocritical to me. I guess Vernon maybe less so for now, but there's still hypocrisy there. But I do agree he should want to protect his family. I'm not saying that he shouldn't want to do that. I just don't like their little fake facade sometimes. Also today, the Kat, Jacob, Leslie stuff. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the show starting with Kat and Jacob in a scene, I did groan. It's getting the kind of groans that I used to do with Ashley and Derek before I just started fast forwarding their asses. So the Kat and Jacob scenes I'm tired of this shoddy investigation. It was nice to see Leslie call them out on their amateur hour investigation. And it's always nice to see Leslie just so unbothered by any of Kat's and Jacob's threats, and always wanting to make sure that they know that she is not just a bitch, that she is Miss Bitch to them. So Leslie continues to be very entertaining per usual, but I am still not feeling this investigation whatsoever. There's a match on the DNA. It's 97% positive, but they can't prove that Leslie was wearing the helmet when the accident happened, just that she has worn it before. I don't care. It's stupid to me. I did enjoy the Eva side of things too, though, and Eva getting to start working with Ted, but doubting herself because she doesn't feel like she's experienced and qualified. And then she gets to go to Nicole for some advice. And I just like that on a show that has a lot of gray characters and even more villainous characters than they have gray characters so far, in my opinion. A lot of the people do villainous things on the show. It's nice to have a character like Nicole who is just a good person so far, and actually just a warm person so far. So it was good to see Nicole be the one to give Eva advice, to make sure Eva knew that she actually did a really good job when she was working for Nicole, and giving her the advice that the hardest part is not doing the thing, it's believing that you deserve it. So Eva went back to Ted wanting to do the job. Samuel is saying that he wants Kat and Jacob together. As I said last week, I'm here for it because it would be mess. So I'm not against it happening. The only downside is that Jacob and Naomi are like one of the only stable couples on the show, but they also can be boring. So I don't necessarily disagree. Kaiwan wants Haley with Derek. I've seen this comment from others as well. I mean, it'd probably be better than Haley and Bill to me. I don't find Bill and Haley to be good. They don't have the chemistry. You know, they're always having these sexual scenes, and it doesn't really work for me. So maybe Haley could get something out of Derek, but both of those characters could also just easily be written off, and I don't think I would mind that happening. What up, Ray Rush in the comments? He says that if the white man says your people one more time, he's going to lose his shit. Well, you know, I think that might be part of the reason Martin lost his shit today. I always like when we get to see the side of Martin where he has anger issues. Maybe that's what happened with whatever happened with this obnoxious, bigoted white guy's brother. But yeah, they are definitely pushing the buttons with the dialogue with the white man, Kenneth, or whatever the hell that his name is. Samuel says Eva went to her real mother for advice. You just don't know yet. It's true, Samuel, because Kat was sparring with her possible real mother today and has been sparring with Leslie for weeks on end. And Eva has been sharing some good scenes with Nicole off and on these past couple weeks. So, Samuel, you're probably right there. Ray Rush says, I loved how Nicole was able to open up her heart a little bit to Eva. Yeah, I agree. It's nice to see Nicole be able to be her real authentic self again a little bit. You know, she's still hurt from the whole situation, as she should be. But yeah. Kaiwan says Eva gotta know she's a genius. She can do whatever she wants. Yeah, I think Eva has done a good job despite the fact that when she was working for Nicole, she was also plotting. She was able to do a whole lot of that. Samuel says, I honestly think Daphne will be a dark horse at next year's Daytime Emmy Awards. It's possible. I mean, if Eva doesn't win an award, though, I will riot. I mean, I hate the daytime Emmys in general, though. Don't even get me started on the daytime Emmys. Um, Samuel says, "Well, Bill and Haley won't stay together. I think once she feels like she's losing Bill, that's when we will see Haley lose her shit." I hope we see Haley lose her shit. I would like more from Haley. Even if June is connected to Haley, it's not going to be enough for me to be like, oh, Haley's suddenly a much better layered character. I wish they would go a little further with Haley as the homewrecker that she is. She should have more attitude rather than trying to be fake. She's a little mini Anita, honestly, to me. Ray Rush says Daphne or Eva or Leslie Emmy nominations. Yeah, I think those three are my favorites as well. Okay, well, Ray's going on about the Playboy photos now. Uh, I will leave myself out of those. Anyway, it was a solid Monday episode. I'm looking forward to the rest of the week. I think we're gonna get a lot of Vernon, Martin, Bill this week. In the preview, we saw like the the Avengers coming together to help Martin and maybe go after this Kenneth fellow. So it should be a good week. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you three. Shout out Samuel, Kaiwan, Ray for joining me in the chat.